माइक
कौन से भी मैच के पहले हमेशा सवाल उठाए जाते कि 11 में कौन खेलेगी। एक कप्तान के हैसियत से आप कैसे सोचते हो कि कौन खेल रहा है ये इम्पोर्टेंट है या जो खेल रहे हैं वो कैसा खेलते हैं ये इम्पोर्टेंट है?
सर फर्स्टली कैसा खेलते हैं वो ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है रादर देन कौन खेल रहा है। एंड सेकेंडली आपको कभी कभी ग्राउंड के हिसाब से, ग्राउंड की जो पहले की जो हिस्ट्री है उसके हिसाब से मोस्टली आई थिंक 9 से 10 प्लेयर सब कंडीशंस के लिए सेम ही रहते हैं। वो एक प्लेयर का फ़र्क होता है। अगर आप बहुत ज़्यादा डिटेल्स में जाए तो हाँ एक प्लेयर बहुत फ़र्क डाल सकता है, बट अगर आप देखें कि चाहे जो भी खेल रहा है अगर अच्छा करेगा तो आपके पास जीतने के चांसेस रहते हैं। बट मोर और लेस आपके 9 या 10 प्लेयर ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर होते हैं, डिपेंडिंग ऑन कि अगर किसी को इंजरी या कोई निकल नहीं है।
India might be 1-2 down, but be it at Leeds and be it at Lords, you had the chances. There were many times that India were in dominant positions, but probably losing wickets just before the break or losing wickets in the touch was sort of the downfall. So how hard it is for you to digest this, India not able to seize the momentum and initiative, and any discussions around that heading into Manchester home?
Yes, so definitely. I think the start of every series, even when we were in Australia, we spoke about how we can start and close the sessions well. And all the batsmen, all the players who are playing in the middle are aware of that we want to be able to close the session well. And at times, yes, we have done that well. But we have seen there's a trend, even when we are bowling, we have seen at the start of a session, we'd get some wickets. Or there would be no wickets in the session, at the end of the session we'd get a wicket. And vice versa, even when we are batting, we'd start a session very well, but when it's important to be able to finish a session, we'd lose a wicket, which definitely brings the opponent team back into the game. It is something that we are aware, but sometimes, it is not in your control. You try to do your best and it doesn't happen.
Shubman, so far the conditions we have faced in the series and coming into Manchester with the rain around, wicket looks a bit damp. Do you think it will be a bit stiffer test for the batters compared to other venues?
Honestly, when I did yesterday, went to see the wicket didn't look that damp. But obviously now having to look at the weather, I don't think there is much chance for the wicket to dry that much out. So I think there would be a little bit more for the bowlers, and generally on this venue it's a little bit quicker than the other venues. We have seen there's a bit more pace and bounce. So we'll have to see how the test match pans out.
Shubman, can I ask, I gather you as a team went to see Manchester United this week, the football team. How was that, and did everybody enjoy it?
Yes, definitely we did all enjoy it. Meeting top athletes from different sports is something that we all enjoy. You tend to see how different the sport is, but how similar the mindset is. And a lot of the players actually were big Man United fans, and it was great to be able to meet them and share some insights on different sports and yet have the same mindset.
Were many of them cricket fans?
Some of them who were English, most of the players were not from England. They have heard about, they have played the sport at some point, but they said they were really bad at the sport, so they didn't try it. But some of the English players had seen and played it in school.
Shubman, after the last test, you said you had a settled 12, but there have been a few injuries. How do you look to go at your combination now? Do you go back to your Headingley combination because Nitish Reddy was playing that role? How difficult has it been over the last 2 days for you guys planning for the combination?
Never easy, when there's a bit of injuries going on in the squad. Like you said, Nitish is gonna miss out the series, and Akash is also unavailable for this next match. So is Arshdeep. But I think we have got enough good players in the team to be able to firstly get 20 wickets. That's been the most challenging part of the series. How as a team we are able to get 20 wickets. But I think looking at the weather, it should be a good game.
Just directly, Akash has been ruled out for this match.
Yes.
And for the other, obviously that last race is between Washington and the seam bowler.
So let's leave some mystery, yeah? Let's leave mystery.
yesterday we saw Anshul Kamboj is back in the team, and now with so many of injuries, there's a possibility that the youngsters might be given a chance. So when a youngster like him comes into the foray, what's the kind of message you have, because the series is on the line and there are too many issues to deal with in terms of injuries. So if you could just tell us what has been the communication been with him, and what are the what are you planning around him? What is the idea?
The communication is simple, sir. We have seen him enough. I think the kind of skill set that he brings to the table is exactly what we want in this team, and he's there because we believe that he can win us the match. Even in the second test match when Akashdeep was brought in, a lot of people had questions, why he's been brought in, but it's mainly the belief that we have within our squad that any player that comes in the team is able to or can win matches for us.
Shubman, 4 test matches, and every test match you are forced to have a different bowling combination. Something which you wouldn't ideally do, change bowling attack in every game. First due to Jasprit Bumrah's unavailability, and now due to the injuries. How frustrating it is as a captain ki after every match you need to get into huddle and find those right bowlers. And just an extension on Anshul Kamboj, how close is he to making his debut tomorrow?
Firstly, it's not ideal when you have to after every match you kind of have to go back and have a different combination, but it was something that I was prepared before the series, that there would be a scenario where I would have to have a different combination for every match, and so I kind of planned it before the series, how we're gonna go about it. And secondly, yes, Anshu, he is very close to making his debut. We're gonna see tomorrow between him and Prasid who's gonna make it to the event.
Shubman, hi. Just wanted to see majority of your top order batters right till Rishabh Pant have got runs. You, Rishabh, Yashasvi, KL. Has there been any discussion or conversation with Karun Nair? He's got those starts but hasn't been able to convert them. So is there a thought that maybe Sai Sudarshan or Karun Nair, one out of both of them, one out of the two, or maybe both of them can play tomorrow?
Yes, we have had conversations with him, but we think he is batting well.
With Karun?
Yes, with Karun. We think Karun is batting well. Sometimes it's not, first match he didn't really play at his number. It's difficult when a player is making a comeback in a series like this, but I don't think there's been any issue with his batting. I think he's been batting well. Sometimes it's also about getting that click, once you're able to make your 50, then you're able to get back into your zone and get some big runs. Unfortunately, that hasn't happened for him so far, but we are hopeful that he will be able to turn around.
Shubman, 3 games at the Hill, you've had an interesting ride in these 3 matches as batsman and captain. How much have you enjoyed this journey so far?
Enjoyed it very much, sir. I think the kind of learnings and the kind of experience that I've had playing with this amazing bunch of players against a really good opponent. I've had a great experience, a lot of learnings to be taken from this, and most importantly, I think I've really enjoyed playing these 3 matches. I've had a lot of fun, and hopefully in the next 2 matches it's the luck is gonna be with us and we'll be able to turn this around.
Captain, क्या ऋषभ पंत विकेट कीपिंग करेंगे?
जी, हाँ जी.
Thank you.
Shubman, just a follow up on that one. You might have had thoughts about captaincy, before you actually got in the kind of things that you wanted to do. Now, 3 games in, how different has it been in the sense that, like, when you get off the field, like when you're captaining on a fielding day, does it feel like a little more tiring than you might have been when you got off just as a player? How different has it been in that sense from what you thought of what captaincy would be like to what it actually is over these 3 days?
Honestly, physically, I would say it's been less tiring, mentally more tiring. Because when you are there as a player, sometimes you're just thinking about, you're waiting for something to happen, the ball to come to you. Whereas when you're the captain, you're thinking most of the time, so you are involved more mentally. So I would say mentally it's been more tiring. Physically, it's actually been less tiring than when you're actually the player.
Final question.
Shubman, England say it was your decision to confront Zach Crawley that led to the confrontational tactics they adopted. Do you you regret it? Will you think again about employing such tactics here? It seemed to backfire at Lords.
Yes, a lot of people have been talking about it, so let me just clear the air for once and for all. The English batsmen on that day, they had 7 minutes of play left. They were 90 seconds late to come to the crease. Not 10, not 20, 90 seconds late. Yes, most of the teams, they use this. Even if we were in a position, we would have also liked to play lesser overs, but there's a manner to do it. And we felt, yes, if you get hit on your body, the physios are allowed to come on, and that is something that is fair. But to be able to come 90 seconds late on the crease is not something that I would think comes in the spirit of the game. And just leading up to that event, a lot of things that we thought should not have happened, that it happened. And I wouldn't say it was something that I'm very proud of, but there was a lead up and build up to that. It didn't just come out of nowhere, and we had no intention of doing that whatsoever, but you're playing a game, you're playing to win, and there are a lot of emotions involved, and when you see there are things happening that should not happen, sometimes the emotions come out of nowhere.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Shubman.